So just as much as the revelation that water is wet, the sky is blue, fire burns, and ice is cold, Activision might be up to something that isn't exactly ethical. It may come as no surprise to some of you that Activision are spying on you, or at least that's what these patents are suggesting, allegedly. A friend of mine sent me this video where he has some pretty compelling evidence, and he goes some pretty in depth with it. Screenshots, patent information, but all that we will get into in a moment. He shares some spicy information, and even though this video has nearly 1 million views as of time of recording this, I feel that more channels need to speak about this and make it public and let Activision know that we're not falling for it. We're not going to just sit back and let them do this and get away with this. We're going to call them out on it, and hopefully this gains enough attention so that something gets done about this. Although I feel the only thing that would actually get Activision's attention at this point would be a mass boycott of Call of Duty, so people just stop playing. I think that's the only thing that's going to work. I'm going to be responding to the main talking points of Prime Pete's video, so this video will be cut down quite a bit. I will link Prime Pete's original video and channel in the description.
So just a disclaimer, brace yourself for what's coming.
That's what she said!
He starts off by showing a tweet from a fellow called Branch Off Bush, where he's shown screenshot receipts of the DLL files that are running in the background as the game is running, that has unrestricted access to your computer hardware, such as your web camera, your microphone, and other monitoring software, which we will get into. And just as a comparison for context, he shows up the results that XDefiant doesn't have access to any DLL files whilst you're playing the game. The first example that Prime Pete brings up is the DLL file that accesses your webcam or your computer camera.
Call of Duty is using files in your computer that are designed to access your camera's video feed, even when you don't have a webcam active.
He explains that in order for the anti-cheat to work, it doesn't require access to your webcam.
Immediately on startup, has direct access to your camera, despite the game and anti-cheat not at all requiring camera access.
In fact, the game launches this DLL file as soon as you launch Call of Duty. So as soon as you launch the game has access to your webcam. Now, the patent that Pete goes into, the reason that they state is so that they can monitor your psychological state, facial expressions, whether you're enjoying the game, frustrated at the game, reactions to seeing things on screen, such as probably store content, microtransactions, game events, wins, losses, that sort of thing. As soon as you start playing the game, they're monitoring you.
But then we have to ask, why is Call of Duty getting access to your camera the moment the game boots up? What other things has Activision created or perhaps patented that would need camera access in order to get the most benefit out of it? Well, system and method for driving microtransactions in multiplayer video games. Activision has designed a system that does a few things by reading the emotional state of a player using visuals. A player engagement factor, e.g. a speed of player input, a level of focus as determined from camera peripherals, etc., where greater engagement may indicate greater satisfaction.
As disgusting as all that is, it doesn't actually surprise me that Activision have a patent for such a thing in place. Activision are only interested in microtransactions, pushing microtransactions on you, and squeezing more money out of their player base. They're not interested in your fun or enjoyment. They use fun and enjoyment as a way to gauge microtransactions, but the ultimate goal is just more money. More money. I know that's nothing new. All companies are the same. All of them just want more money out of their customers, obviously. But it's just the methods that Activision have chosen to go about getting this information. It's just disgusting.
But this next patent seals the deal. May I present to you methods and systems for continuing to execute a simulation after processing resources go offline.
This next one is one of the more scary ones. Essentially, what he goes into depth here, that when you stop playing the game but still have your system on, when your system goes idle, because your system has Call of Duty installed or had it running in the background, the game or the servers it was connected to or is connected to uses processing power from your computer to run AI tasks in the background. And as he rightfully states, without your consent, this is illegal. He goes on to say that essentially what Activision are running is a botnet, which is a form of malware or is malware or uses a form of malware to link your computers on a network together to perform processing tasks such as as an example, running AI, mining cryptocurrency, and other shenanigans.
Every computer is used to more efficiently perform fraudulent activity, such as generate more spam emails, DDoS a website, steal data, mine cryptocurrency, or spread malware to link even more systems into the botnet.
All without the user's consent. So basically, I mean, I heard a lot of reports lately of people saying that their computer was using up a lot of resources when they weren't playing Call of Duty, or Call of Duty was still active in the background whilst they weren't playing.
We've discovered that on Steam, the game doesn't close properly. It has processes that stay open once you quit.
This could be one of the things that is happening, still running on the network, and it's still doing processes. I mean, I'm paraphrasing here, but in short, Activision are watching you, monitoring you, and they're using your device.
They simply patented a botnet, which again is an illegal virus that hijacks your computer's processing power, because it's networking computers that have Call of Duty together in order to run simulations, theoretically.
The key word there is theoretically. We don't know for sure that this is actually what's happening, and we don't know if Activision intend for this to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me.
They're using your computer, yes, yours, to train NPC AI players on the side while you're not even in the game. And the same can be probably said for consoles as well. They're using the processing power of your computer and your console without you knowing to train their own NPC bots to further perpetuate the manipulative nature of the game and turn it even more into the Matrix.
As a regular dumb guy, it's hard for me to just wrap my head around all these concepts, as mostly just why would Activision be doing this? Is it more just money making, or is it some other nefarious underhanded schemy sort of thing that they're trying to pull? I don't know. The only thing I can think of is Activision want to try and clone you and your play style to try and pad online numbers. Potentially, if they can have a direct AI copy of you running on their servers, people can't tell that they're playing against AI bots, essentially. So they always feel like the game is not dying or not losing any player base, and keep the engagement up. Because if people don't think the game is dying, they're more willing to probably spend money in the store. That's the only thing I can think of, in true business sense, as to why they would be doing this.
Having access to the NVCamera64.dll doesn't only mean your webcam. It means it has access to the contents of your screen. So that means when you're playing, some kind of software within Call of Duty is requesting to have access to the actual video feed of your monitor. Does that mean that it's gathering gameplay data from your perspective in order to train an AI version of you? There's no way to 1000% prove this just yet, but the fact they've patented a botnet, which is a system that is literally a felony, goes to show that they maybe aren't the most ethical company in the world.
This point just seems like just pure speculation. There's no evidence to suggest that DLL file will be recording your screen or taking image data from your gameplay, your screenplay. It's pure speculation from what I can tell and my basic understandings of how computers and software works. But if people want to run with it, then go ahead. I'm just putting this information out there so hopefully more people will be aware of it, or more people will think of it in a different way, rather than just, oh my god, it's the worst fucking thing.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching. Whew, she's nuts.
I was not a massive fan of Activision to begin with. I just had that Call of Duty itch, that Call of Duty hook. But all this evidence is pretty compelling. But I have to put my skeptic hat on and cast doubt on some of the things he says, as you shouldn't just believe everything you see or read on the internet. You should do a little bit of your own research. Go check out Prime Pete. I will link everything in the description below. The original video, his channel. Sorry for the low energy in this video as well. I've been sick the past few days. My throat is killing me, but after seeing this video and trying to digest everything, it's, I had to make a reaction of sorts, a response video of sorts to it. I, for one, have always learned to take things with a grain of salt and putting this information out there for everyone to come to their own conclusion. I will be keeping a close eye on things going forward around the COD community surrounding this topic, because even though these patents and softwares and programs aren't actually in use, just more people being aware of it might cause Activision to put the brakes on it, stop it, or just get rid of it completely. One could only hope. Just as a side note at the end, just a bit of a self-plug. I am a video editor for hire. These gaming videos don't put my best foot forward because I just do it casually in between other projects. But if you are looking for a video editor that can edit pretty much anything, leave a comment, but I will also link my editing Instagram in the description and you can contact me there.